Hello there, this is Bev Ratcliffe and we're just sitting on the stoop in NYC and I'm just going to throw a few questions at Bobby Carpuccio. And what I wanted to ask you about as well today is about humbleness and where the part of being humble is in learning and education and being humble to those around you, whether they're on the courses with you, whether they're to your lecturers, whether they're to your clients as well, and how, you know, I believe all your clients can teach you something, you know, on many walks of life. But where do you see the part of being humble and honest, and really comes down to ego, doesn't it, in training? Give me some thoughts. You're around some of the world's best people, you know, all the time. You get to talk to them, you get to listen to what they come out with, their stories, you know, you have a few beers. Where do you see, you know, these great people, how they influence, you know, other people around them?
See, this is a very profound question, and it requires a very intelligent answer. So let me share other people's thoughts with you. I had a conversation with Chuck Wolf's wife, Lauren. We were in the back of the room, and I was waiting for my turn to speak, and Chuck was in front of the room, and we just got into this conversation about the theater. Those of you who don't know, Chuck's lovely wife used to be a stage performer, and I think a lot of what we do has a lot of crossover to what they do in cinema, in the theater, because what an actor or an actress does is they deliberately modify their physiology, their body language, their tonality, the command of words they use in every facet of their being to be provocative, to affect the way you think or the way you feel. Because if you don't affect thoughts and feelings, you don't affect behaviors. If you don't affect behaviors, well, what's your tangible value as a fitness professional? So she said that what makes a really great performer, and this stuck with me ever since, a great performer possesses extreme humility and an unrestrained, unrelenting ego in the same persona. And I thought, wow, that is so profound. Because what humility does is it puts things in perspective. It helps answer the question, what do you get paid to do? And if you ask most people, what do you get paid to do? They talk about their own attributes. Well, I get paid to impart knowledge. I get paid to educate. You know, and the answer is no, no, and no. You might utilize those things as a means to an end. But what we all get paid to do is create an outcome, a transformational experience. See, somebody doesn't want to lose 5 pounds because, you know, they have very narrow hallways and they just can't seem to get around inside their apartment. It's the way they want to feel. It's what they want to be different, either in a positive sense or the pain that they want to eliminate or alleviate in their life once that change takes place. So what we're paid to do is lead people from where they are to where they want to be, from who they are to who and what they're ultimately capable of becoming. And without ego, we might be confused that our information, our knowledge, or some of our attributes have supremacy over the outcome somebody else desires. And we lose focus. It's kind of like the analogy I like to use, because I do love theater and I do love plays and movies, as West Side Story.
Because truly you are a show pony.
Truly. I mean, that should be obvious. Duh. Yeah, what was I thinking? Yes, the modern take on Romeo and Juliet. Tony sees Maria from across the gymnasium. And why that's important is because everyone else in that gymnasium, during that school dance, was vigilantly looking out for everyone else, because they all wanted to kill each other, they hated each other. But when Tony and Maria locked eyes across the room, for them, and only them, everything else in the periphery faded to black. All the sounds faded to silence. And it was only them two. And you know that because in the movie, everything went black and 2 spotlights were on Tony and Maria. And as they walked together, when their eyes met, and they were this close, there was only 1 spotlight that they shared. The 2 became 1. That's kind of what humility does for you in relation to your audience, in relation to your class if you're a group exercise instructor, or in relation to your client. Imagine that everything else fades to black. There's silence. the world goes quiet. But there's not a spotlight for you to share. There's only a spotlight that one of you can possess at any given time. Humility understands that the more that spotlight is on that other individual, the more provocative we are, the more effective we are, the more we get what we want by helping other people shine and get what they want. Does that make sense? Well, I'm talking to a camera. So hopefully you're nodding your head because that does make sense. So I think humility is our filter that helps clarify our perspective.
Good answer, sir.